In 2013, an unsettling and eerie encounter occurred on Highway 89 in Utah that would leave a trucker terrified and the local community puzzled. This strange and haunting story began when a truck driver making his way through the isolated stretches of Highway 89 late at night encountered a figure that would haunt his thoughts for years to come. It was 3 a.m., and the road was nearly deserted, the headlights of his truck illuminating the barren, shadowy landscape. As he approached a seemingly empty section of the road, something unusual caught his attention. A man dressed in a clown suit, standing alone on the roadside. At first, the trucker assumed it was a person in distress, but as he got closer, things took a terrifying turn. The clown suddenly moved, stepping into the middle of the highway, forcing the trucker to swerve to avoid hitting him. In a panic, the trucker slammed on the brakes and quickly got out of the truck to investigate. But when he looked around, the clown was gone, vanished without a trace. This chilling encounter left the trucker shaken, unable to explain what had just occurred. When he returned to his truck, his mind raced with confusion and fear. Who was the clown? What had happened to him? And most disturbingly, why had the clown appeared in the middle of the highway at that time of night? What followed was even more unsettling. The trucker would later learn that he wasn't the only one who had seen this mysterious clown. Several other drivers over the years had reported similar sightings along Highway 89, creating an eerie legend that continued to grow as more people experienced the same strange phenomenon. In this video, we will dive into the mystery of the disappearing clown of Highway 89, exploring the strange encounter, the eerie reports from other drivers, the high number of fatal accidents on that stretch of road, and the chilling possibility that the clown could be the ghost of someone who died there. Before delving into the story of the disappearing clown, it's important to understand the setting of this mystery. Highway 89. Stretching through Utah, this road is known for its isolated and barren landscapes, with vast stretches of nothingness that can make even the most seasoned trucker feel uneasy. The highway is notorious for its high number of fatal accidents, many of which seem to occur at night. This has led to a number of theories about the road being a haunted or dangerous place. Some locals believe the high accident rate is due to the spirit of a ghost, possibly linked to the sightings of the clown. Drivers often report feeling a sense of dread or unease when traveling along this highway, particularly during the late-night hours, when the road is desolate and quiet. It is a place where the unknown seems to linger, and the isolated stretches of road make it all too easy for strange things to happen. It was on one of these lonely roads in the early hours of the morning that the trucker, who would later be identified, made his fateful encounter. On that night in 2013, the trucker was navigating his regular route along Highway 89 when he saw something that caught his eye, a figure standing alone on the side of the road. Initially, the trucker assumed it was a person in need of help. He slowed down as he got closer, preparing to offer assistance. However, as he approached the figure, something bizarre occurred. The clown, standing by the roadside, suddenly stepped into the middle of the road, seemingly with no concern for the oncoming truck. The trucker swerved to avoid hitting the clown, narrowly missing the figure, and slammed on the brakes, his heart racing with adrenaline. He immediately jumped out of the truck, hoping to find the person and check if they were okay. But when he reached the spot where the clown had been standing, there was no one there. The road was empty, and the only sounds were the hiss of the truck's brakes and the wind rustling the dry brush around him. He looked around frantically, but the clown had disappeared without a trace. There were no footprints, no sign of anyone having been there, just the empty stretch of highway. It was as though the clown had vanished into thin air. The trucker later described the clown as strangely unsettling, wearing an old-fashioned clown suit, complete with big shoes, painted makeup, and a bright red nose. The appearance of the clown was strange, especially in the context of the desolate late-night highway. The trucker said that there was something wrong about the figure. It wasn't the typical image of a clown you might see at a circus or carnival. The clown's demeanor was oddly still, and the trucker recalled that it had an almost unnatural presence. What made the situation even more chilling was the fact that the clown's face was obscured, not by makeup or a mask, but by a strange blur that seemed to distort the features. It was as if the clown's face was intentionally hidden or erased, a detail that only added to the mysterious aura surrounding the incident. The trucker couldn't explain what he saw or why the face was distorted, but it left him feeling unsettled and confused. After the trucker reported the incident to the authorities, the police conducted an investigation, hoping to uncover more about the strange occurrence. They scoured the area around Highway 89, searching for evidence or signs of the clown's presence. They found nothing. There were no footprints, no sign of a vehicle, and no clown-related objects left behind. The investigation quickly hit a dead end, with no physical evidence to explain what the trucker had seen. However, what added an even more eerie layer to the case was the fact that other drivers had reported similar sightings of the clown over the years. The clown had been seen standing on the roadside, or even crossing the road, but always vanishing when drivers attempted to approach or interact with it. These sightings were consistently reported by multiple drivers, but no one had ever been able to capture the figure outside of their dashcam footage or in person. Over time, the clown sightings became part of the growing urban legend surrounding Highway 89. Locals who lived near the road whispered about the clown apparition, believing it was somehow connected to the road's high number of fatal accidents. Some even speculated that the clown was the ghost of a person who had died on the road in a tragic accident, perhaps someone who had been struck by a vehicle while wearing a clown costume, or someone who had met a violent end at the hands of another driver. The recurring sightings of the clown led many to believe that it was a spirit, a haunting presence tied to the road. The fact that the clown seemed to only appear in the dead of night, when the road was empty and desolate, only added to the sense of unease. Local legends began to link the clown to the death of a performer or tragic accident that had occurred on the road, with the belief that the spirit was trapped, unable to move on. As the years went by, other drivers came forward with similar stories. They all described seeing the same figure, a clown, standing on the roadside or in the middle of the road at night, only to vanish when approached. These reports kept the story alive and fueled speculation that the clown was not a physical person, but some sort of supernatural entity. One particularly chilling report came from another trucker, who described almost the exact same experience. He swerved to avoid hitting a clown in the middle of the road, only to find that the figure had vanished without a trace. The driver also reported that the clown's face was blurred, just like the first trucker had described. Given the strange and unexplainable nature of the sightings, a number of theories began to circulate in the local community and online forums. Some of the most popular theories include: many locals believe the clown is the spirit of someone who died in a tragic accident on Highway 89. The high number of fatal accidents on the road led people to speculate that the clown's spirit is somehow tied to the land. Some believe the clown is a trickster spirit, sent to confuse and frighten those who travel the road. The clown's strange appearance and eerie behavior seem to fit the profile of a spirit or entity that thrives on creating fear and chaos. A more rational theory suggests that the clown is simply someone playing a prank on drivers. However, the strange behavior and the fact that the clown never seems to be captured on video or in person makes this theory less likely. Some even believe that the clown could be a portal or riddle tied to the highway. It's a bizarre theory, but in the world of urban legends, It's not entirely impossible that the clown is some sort of supernatural puzzle that can't be solved. The disappearing clown of Highway 89 remains one of Utah's most bizarre and chilling mysteries. Was the clown a ghost, a trickster spirit, or something else entirely? Despite numerous reports, investigations, and theories, the true identity and purpose of the clown remain unknown. The strange sightings persist, and the road remains haunted by the unanswered question of who or what this clown really is. What do you think? Is this the spirit of a person who died tragically, or is there something else going on? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more chilling true crime and paranormal stories.